welcome. First of all, welcome back to the New Era Mindset. My name is Brian, um, and today I want to talk to you guys about something that's a little bit more complicated, and I'm having even me myself, I'm having trouble understanding, but I need to talk about it just because it's something that's going on in my mind, and I excuse me, if if somebody maybe has an opinion about this or whatever, maybe I would like to know. I would like to see what your thoughts are on this. So throughout the time, let me give you a little bit of background first. But now that I've developed my mind to this point, and I mean, I'm not saying I'm done. I'm still learning. I'm still developing. I'm still acquiring more and more information, and just trying to get better understanding of different things now. So I I I've there are theories for a lot of things, right? There are theories for many different things, and at first, some theories I'd be like, you're fucking crazy if you think that 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 could be true, or that or that a certain theory could be false or whatever. Like if I disagreed, I would push on my disagreement. I guess you could say, like I could call you crazy for certain certain theories that you may have had, or for a certain belief that you may have had right before I was who I now am. And so you got theories like the Earth is flat kind of thing, and you got theories uh, about like now there's that theory going around, I guess, that space is fake, or like amongst other theories that many people see as like crazy and just plainly insane, to entertain certain ideas. And that would have been me before. That would have been me saying things like that, like saying that that's crazy, that you would think that that could be a possibility. But now, knowing the technology that we have, knowing what we are able to do, what we are able to fake, what we are able to make it seem like it's real and it's really not there or whatever, I can see why people may believe certain things, and I could see why certain theories are getting more traction. So now I don't, like I said, that before I could have called you crazy. Now I just, even if I don't believe it, I will say, okay, uh, it could be a possibility. I don't believe that, but you do you, Um, where I'm going with this is, okay, I had an experience, and I fucking hate this. Okay, I'm sorry, but I hate it. I hate that I can't explain to you the full experience that I had because of legal purposes. I'm just gonna be straight up honest. I can't disclose my experience, that the experience that I had, because of legal purposes. And one day I will. One day I'm gonna make a video dedicated just for me explaining my situation that that I'm in right now, and why I can't explain that experience and all that, right? But for now, I just want to, you know like I had an experience about a month ago, a month and a half ago or so. And ever since that experience, I have had different feelings in different parts of my day, or like I'm doing something and then I have this feeling. Now, I don't know. I'm sure some of you have heard the idea that we could possibly live in a simulation. Now, I don't know how crazy that how insane you think that idea, that thought, or that possibility is. And first, I didn't really pay attention to that theory, right? That we could actually be in a simulation. I didn't pay attention to that idea because I thought, I mean, I just didn't really think anything of it, you know? Um, but after that experience that I had, fuck, I really hate that I can't disclose this. And hopefully, I, when I do talk 100% about it, hopefully you understand. And you'll probably think it's fucked up the reason why I can't talk about it too. And it makes me frustrated. Um, it really does. But, anyways, after I had that experience, I've had these feelings where I'm not thinking about this theory. I'm not thinking about like about anything in particular, and I have this feeling like things don't feel real. Now, I don't know what that is. Like it's not just a thought that comes to my mind. It's not just a that and it's not that I'm thinking about the theory of us living in a simulation. It's none of that. But it just feels strange. And it's a feeling that I hadn't had before up until after that experience that I had. And yeah, it feels like everything is fake, like things are not real, like things don't it just doesn't make sense. What makes me feel this part of the boom arm thing, or it just I can't understand it very well. Now, it almost feels to me like you, and you could call me crazy, call me whatever the hell, I'm just explaining to you what I feel, right? What I've been feeling at random moments. But it almost feels like I I lived a simulation before, and now I find myself here, and therefore I know what a simulation would feel like. So it's like if I have like if that feeling stuck with me from when I lived in that simulation back before. So now that I'm here, I have these moments where I feel like this could be a simulation, which leads me to well, it doesn't lead me to believe that this is a simulation. It just leads me to feel more like it could be a possibility. Now, I don't my my idea of this being a simulation is not like if we're in some sort of game, or like we're in some sort of something that somebody's in control of, somebody else. But it just feels like this is very real. This is real. This is all real, right? But somehow, like it could be a simulation. It's hard. It's so fucking hard to explain for me right now. But I don't know if you guys have heard the when Elon Musk was talking to Joe Rogan about the simulation. All right, I heard that podcast before I had that experience, and then after I started feeling these things, I had to go back to the podcast and look for the part where Elon Musk talked about the idea that this could be a simulation that we are living in, and and this time around, it made even more sense to me, and like I really connected with what Elon Musk said. This like I had a better understanding of it. You know, I had a better understanding of it. Now, like what he said is that he said that when when there's something created, like let me give you the example of AI. All right, artificial intelligence. It learns the more you interact with it, and the more you interact with it, it develops more, right? Now, let's say there is this AI, and we interact with it more and more and more. How advanced do you think it'll be 100 years from now, 1,000 years from now, if we keep interacting with it and it keeps learning and it keeps developing? I mean, it's getting to the point. It's gotten to the point where now certain AI robots are able to make facial expressions. Like you could say, make a sad face and it'll make a sad face, or make a happy face and it'll smile, or it could tell you if you're sad or why you're feeling sad or why you're feeling happy or whatever, right? It could it could detect certain emotions now. Now, how advanced do you think it'll be 100 years from now, when we have interacted with this AI, or for 100 years, for 1,000 years? It'll be pretty advanced. Now, we have evolved through interacting with each other, through learning from each other, through doing working together. Um, we have evolved from, I mean, from back in the day in caveman, living in caves, always hunting for a food, for up until now, where we have beautiful homes. Some people have really, really beautiful homes that have technology inside of them, and even get food shipped to them now instead of hunting. Now, my my idea of this being a simulation, it's that maybe the thing the thing that created, if we are okay, if we are in a simulation, the thing that created the things that have developed up until what they are now, which allows us to exist in this solar system, in this universe. Maybe that person didn't, or not person, but maybe that thing that created those things didn't uh, didn't think that things were gonna keep evolving up until what we are now. Um, and maybe the thing that created this universe, if it is a simulation, maybe the thing that created this simulation doesn't even exist anymore. Now we just existed on our own because we kept developing. And I'm not discarding the Big Bang uh, idea. I think that happened, but I think maybe those events that happened, which allows us to exist now where we are, were started from by something, and then this simulation that we exist in now just kept developing on its own. Listen, sometimes it's hard for me to explain all this stuff. It's difficult, and I'm still trying to make sense of this. And I think about this maybe a little more than I should, but um, I think we should be questioning things. I think we should be trying to get a better understanding of our existence, and so I think it's a good thing. I think it's a good thing that, like, I don't regret what has, like, I don't dislike having those moments where I feel like everything's fake. I mean, and I don't know what triggers those feelings. I don't know what triggers those feelings, because I could be working, I could be grabbing a piece of paper or something, and then all of a sudden something in my mind switches that makes me feel the paper a little, try to feel it a little more carefully, to try to make sense a little bit of why I feel this. Why is, or why does it feel fake? Why doesn't it feel real? Why? Or sometimes I'm listening to a podcast or something and I'm trying to make sense of what, like, why do this person's words not feel real? Like, I don't understand, and I try to understand. And although sometimes it drives me nuts trying to make sense of this stuff, I still like the fact that I have those feelings, and it may sound weird, but look, having these thoughts, um, having these thoughts make me feel better in a way, and it just, what it makes me feel is like there's way more to us than many of us may think. Like, there's a lot more to humans than what we understand. And that's, to me, that's a good thing. All right. Where do we come from? Why are we here? Um, what does our existence mean? Like, pushing towards having a better understanding of these things, to me, is, I feel like it's something that a lot of us should be trying to figure out, because maybe by finding answers to certain questions like these could help you find a path to fulfillment in your life. Again, to me, okay, I don't mean to scare you with the idea that maybe we are in a simulation. Maybe that this is something that was created by something and then we just developed, and then, who knows? Like, who knows how, right? But this could be just a really advanced simulation. But I don't want you to get scared, and I don't want you to think that you are living on the strings that are being pulled by somebody who was the thing that created this simulation that we may now live in. Now, I don't want you to. Sometimes I forget to say that if we are in a simulation, but that's where I stand. If, right? Um, I don't want you to think that your life is set for what you are doing now, and there's no way of getting out of it. I don't want you to think that whatever the fuck you are doing at this moment, like if you're going to work, if you're waking up at 5 a.m. to get to work, that's what you are meant to do in your life. Or if you are stuck with somebody who you don't love, or with somebody who like mistreats you or whatever, that's where you're supposed to be. Or like, you you followed a career that maybe you do a good job at, but you're not actually satisfied with it, but that's actually what you're supposed to be doing. No, I don't want you to think that this, if it is a simulation, I don't want you to think that that means you are not in charge of your life. No, because even if it is a simulation, that's not what the simulation would mean to me. Like, I don't think that's what it would be. I think we would still be in control of our lives, even if it was a simulation. So don't think that, like, I don't want you to think with this video that you're stuck doing whatever the hell you're doing, even if you're not happy with it. That's not my idea of this possibly being a simulation. All right. So if you want to succeed, you know what you gotta do. You gotta go. You gotta work. You gotta, if you want to make changes in your life, you want to get better results, you gotta make better decisions. That's the way it works. So yeah, it's just, you know, I think developing is a good thing. Learning is a good thing. Always moving forward in your life. It's a good way to find happiness, to find joy, because you're not stuck in the same place for years. There's always something to move towards, and I think that that gives happiness. At least for me, knowing that I am in a better position than I was a year ago, that makes me happy. That means progress. That means that I'm doing something good with my life. I'm getting better. I'm doing better. So yeah, I mean, and none of this is set. None of this is written. None of this is determined. At least that's the way I see it. None of this is something that I was supposed to, like, I was meant to be doing. This is just something that up until, like, in my understanding, this is where I have put myself. This is where my decisions have gotten me. That's the way I see it. Who gives a shit if it is a simulation? Whether it is, whether it's not, that doesn't matter. You shouldn't change the way you live your life. You shouldn't change you shouldn't change the decisions you're making. If those decisions are making you happy, then good for you. That's awesome. That's great. But if you are not living good, if you want to have a better life, then make better decisions. And that's nothing that's determined by whether we are here through a simulation or whether we are here through whatever the fuck created us. Like, that doesn't matter. But listen, this is something sometimes it's difficult to comprehend even to me. And I mean, I can see some faces maybe that may be watching this thinking I'm fucking crazy and whatever, but it's just, it's hard to explain the feelings that I get. I don't understand it either. But after, for a few weeks I've been having these feelings, and up until like I've been having them up to 3 times 4 times a week, that I'd be having these random feelings, and I don't know what triggers those feelings. I don't know why I have those feelings. It's just random feelings that come to my head, you know. So um I don't know. Like, I don't know what it could be. And now I'm not scared about it. All right, I'm not scared about it. If anything, I'm trying to find better or more uh something to believe in in a way that it makes more sense to me. I was raised a Christian when I was young. My beliefs started to change when I was a teenager, and then my beliefs changed again a few years back, and now I find myself where I'm now. But I think um, I think it's good to have your own beliefs, but like I don't judge you for, like, if you're a Christian, if you whatever religion you are, whatever beliefs you have about how we are where we are now. And I think it's a good thing to always try to learn and to try to understand a little bit more about what, like, maybe why we are here. It's um or how we got here. I think it's a good thing to have those questions, you know, have a little more clarity. And although maybe some of those questions may not be answered in our lifetime, um, sometimes it's good. I feel like, in my opinion, sometimes it's good to try to make sense of certain things. Just kind of go with what you believe, and fuck whoever judges you for it. Whatever. Um, I feel like I felt like coming, like, sitting down here making this video, I was gonna be judged, and I probably will be if enough people watch this. But I'm at that point where what other people think about me, I just really don't give a shit anymore. And boy, is that relieving. That is When you get to that point, it feels really good because you can say whatever the fuck you want. And if somebody says something, you're just like, well, who cares? You know, you got to express yourself the way you want to. Well, that's it for this video. Call me crazy if you want. But that's it's something that I've been going through lately, and I just wanted to. I wanted I wanted to let it out and put it out there to for uh, whatever reason, for whoever sees it, for you know, maybe try to get some opinions on that. Um, but yeah, so I hope you guys like this video. I hope I don't again, I don't mean to scare you. I don't mean to creep you out, and I don't mean to cause any changes in your life about the way you are doing things, unless the things that you are doing are bad and you are changing for positive, then that's great. But I don't mean to discourage anybody for doing great things in your lives, right? But yeah, well, that's it for this one. We're gonna stop it here. I think I've talked enough. So yeah, but hey, I will see you guys on the next video. If you guys like this, please don't forget to like and subscribe. If you actually truly enjoy this, subscribe so you can watch more of the things that I upload. And hit that notification. I can't fucking talk. Hit that notification bell so that you can get notified and don't miss an episode of this of the New Era Mindset. All right. Again, my name is Brian, and I will see you guys on the next one. Take care. Bye.